All right, let's see if we are live. Oh, there's a couple people in here. Off-Grid Suburban Project, Chicken Prepper. All right, Susie Cats. Everybody's here. We can have our meeting now. It's official. And there's Roger. We are live. Yes. Thank you very much for that acknowledgement. We'll let some people populate in here for a bit. Then we'll get things going. It's a wonderful day out here at St. Bernard Acres, let me tell you. Happy to be alive. Can see and hear you, Mr. Joe. All right. Lucky you. Ah, jeez. Drinking ice water. I was actually working today. Colin, what's up, buddy? All right. We're strolling in. Everybody say hi. All you folks sitting up there in the balcony waiting on the popcorn, go ahead and say hi. And drop a thumbs up. Joey No Knees. Good evening, sir. How are ya? Welcome to the chat. Helen, hey Joe, can't wait for a talk on Canada. Me too, I can't wait. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, we'll say it isn't so. Yeah, I reckon so. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, tonight I want to talk about canning because I don't know nothing about it. But you know what? I'm fixing to learn. I got that deal on that water bath canner. I wasn't even thinking along the lines of water bath canning yet, but I saw that deal pop up on Marketplace and I'm like, I got to get there. I'd have walked the 4 miles to go get that. That was a pretty good steal. And all that cast iron. I can't believe that Wagner or Watkins or whatever that Wilson, whatever those cast iron skillets were. I guess those are really good skillets. And the people that sold them to me thought they could only be used for camping because mom and dad bought them 30 years ago for camping. 90 degrees in Oklahoma today. Wow. We're supposed to be at 82. We got up around, what is it now? Oh, it dropped down to 62. We got up around 65, 66 today. But 80 tomorrow and then rain in the afternoon. Gary's coming out in the morning because I got to fix the walls that blew down from the storm that I forgot to finish securing. And then we're going to break out the garden tiller and the rototiller and work on it, get it started, make sure that's all ready for gardening this year. And I got to take the tires off of the wheels off and take it in and get new tires put on it. But we'll be doing all that tomorrow. Yeah, I've got the room finished inside the house where the pantry is going to be. So I'll have all the shelving and everything in there. And I'll start storing it inside the house as I do it. Plus, I got plenty of room in Wheeling. For what I do in Wheeling, you know, where I'll be doing most of it, I've got plenty of room there. Oh, I hate to hear that, Mountain Man. Too much fun out there with that black powder rifle every weekend. But yeah, this, I don't know if you noticed when I was in the bar doing that video today, if you got a chance to watch it, with all the, I guess, pollen and whatever in the air, my nose was running and um, I had to bleep out a half a dozen times of sneezing. So yeah, this is the weather that'll put you under for a bit. I'll be bought more bangs today. No reason not to. No reason. If you can buy them, good time to get them. I'm telling you, I have this feeling. I mean, I don't want to get into it yet, but I'm getting into this canning aspect of prepping. And like I said, tomorrow I'm getting the rototiller all tuned up and ready to go, so I can get a garden planted. The the 1st of May, I'm going to till it all and get some regular dirt in here, and I'll do raised beds and wheeling. But I'm gonna grow some serious food this year. I think what's gonna happen is, uh, um, he listened to Malachi, so he jumped. I think what's gonna happen. I hate to say this, but where we're headed, and I think it's going to be by the end of 2027, we're basically going to be under total government control. They are going to have, we are not going to be able to continue on this road, this path, with the cost of food going up so much. And they said from all this action in Iran that it's really going to hit in September, that our food prices could potentially go up 40% in the month of September. We can't afford it. We can't do it, folks. So what's going to happen is we're going to wind up totally controlled by the government. They are going to supply our food for us. Almost like you will get rationing stamps like they did in during World War II. That's what I fear coming, you know. And we've got an administration that doesn't care. That's the way they want it. You're 100% right, Susie. Oh, Malachi's Corner is here. All right. Now the party's starting. Just make sure you have the right time it takes for pressure canning. Water bath takes twice as long, just saying. Yeah, it's just, you know what's going to be great is, and I've thought about this because I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm going by what people tell me. And I think the first couple of videos I mentioned in the video I put up today, the first couple of videos, the reason why I'm going to put them up, number one, is to try to encourage other people that don't know anything and never did any of this to try it. But I will show how I do it, and then all of you that have the experience and the knowledge can comment on that video and say, well, you could have done this, or I do it this way, or you could do this. That's what I love about this channel, because you guys know everything. And I will show, okay, here's my first experiment. I'm doing green beans. I'll go through the whole process that I have learned how to do so far. Then I'll take all the tips and everything from you guys. And then I think after that, I'm going to make grape jelly with grape juice. I'm not going to actually squeeze the grapes, but I'll buy grape juice and pectin and sugar, and I'm going to make 10 pints of grape jelly, because that looked pretty easy. It'd be a good thing to experiment with. Yes, that's an excellent point, Malachi's Corner. Excellent point. Yeah. And somebody comment on the video. This is what I need. I need people to tell me this kind of stuff. Because I was thinking, I would only need, a couple hundred jars. But she was right. That's 1 jar per day, right? Uh, and I got 3 meals I got to eat during the day. So as much as I can get canned to last me the entire winter, I would like to go this winter without having to go to the store to buy any vegetables or tomatoes or potatoes. I like to grow enough potatoes that I can actually live off of what I can. I want to try that. That's the way they used to do it. That's what it was for. But you're right. Have a couple years worth up there. I don't want to eat anything that's really been canned longer than 3 or 4 years. That's the gist of what I've been learning. And what I can this year, I want to eat next year. And then I can replenish it out of next year's harvest if I grow enough. Hey Joe, it's Casey checking in from El Paso. Well, welcome Casey, absolutely. El Paso, Texas. I love it. I love Texas. Let's see, I like to have extra jars in case of power ever goes out and I have to can everything in the freezer. That's a chicken prepper. There you go. That's an excellent. I never even thought of that. That's perfect. Oh my gosh, what a great thought. Yeah. Everybody take note. I mentioned in another video, watch my channel because you guys are so smart. Canning is an addiction. I kind of thought that too because I am so excited about it. I cannot wait. Walmart has a utensil kit for canning. Good price. Canned version is out of this world. Now I have the person who sent me that All-American canner also sent me this with all the utensils. And just in case that wasn't enough, she also sent me this stainless steel version that has all of the stuff. Plus I got some with that whole packet I bought off the flea market. So I should be in good shape. I've got a lot of the stuff I need. I should be ready to roll. Next week I'm going to, depending on how work goes, I'm going to do a video. Well, I'm definitely going to do a video doing a dry run of the canner. I'm going to put a glass of water in it and pressure can it. Just see how it works. Let's see, who's been sneaking in while I'm not looking? Tiny House, welcome. Good to see you in here, Dave. Hey, Ron. All right. Yeah, I'm on every Saturday night, Ron. If I'm out here at the cabin, I do it at 8 o'clock. If I'm at home, I do it at 9 o'clock because that's when I can chase everybody off to bed and the dogs go up to bed. Then I can do a live stream at 9 o'clock at home. Yes, sir. Hit the like buttons. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Hey, Teresa. Canned water. That's the first. Yeah, I mean, I saw that, how to break in the canner or get used to it or test it and everything. Because I guess you got to learn once it hits the 10 pounds of pressure, you got to figure out on your stove where you put the temperature to medium or medium high or medium low to maintain that 10 pounds of pressure. So you experiment with just something in there. Well, I canned water as I didn't have enough full quarts. Oh, that's a cool idea too. Hey, Bill, what's going on, buddy? But yeah, another one of my subscribers sent me. I got the tracking number. He sent a couple of. He bought a couple cases of ball quart jars off of Amazon. Had them shipped to me. So I mean, I'm getting a good collection, and I wound up with a total of 105 from that marketplace deal between the quarts and the pints, and then there's a dozen or so what they call jelly jars. They look close to a pint. I'm not sure what they are. For those who want an encyclopedia of off-grid ideas and survival, look up Ron Foster books on Amazon. Absolutely. If you want to learn about survival and prepping, Ron Foster on Amazon. Go get those books. He is wonderful. Yep, I saw that. It's only two. I think it's 2 inches of water in that All American canner. Half pints. Okay. Yeah, there's small little things. Like I said, I saw a thing that's really super easy to make, the grape jelly, using Welch's grape juice, unsweetened grape juice. Uh, when canning, I end up sitting in front of my gas stove watching the pressure in my canner. Yeah, Dave, I think I'm going to be doing that too. Uh, I'm just excited. I cannot wait for my first run. I'm going to do 7 quarts of green beans. This is the very first thing I'm going to try. And then they sent me that, or gave me that, with that whole deal I bought, the food mill that I'll be able to make tomato paste out of, and applesauce and all that kind of stuff. And we grow apples. We got tons and tons of apples last year. We got so many. I was bringing them out here for the deer, and the Chinese. It was funny. We had so many apples. I bought 2 trees from Lowe's for like $5, 5 or 6 years ago. There were so many apples last year. These people that own a Chinese restaurant in downtown Wheeling came by and wanted to know if they could pick some apples. I said, yeah, take all you want. We can't use them all. And I looked out, and that little dude was up in the tree, and I had to go out there and said, no, no, no. Don't climb the tree. I don't want you getting hurt. Grab what you. Gary gave me a apple picker to reach with. I said, use this to pull them down, but don't climb up in my trees. That was kind of funny. But yeah, I think again, I think learning canning is just it's an extremely important part of homesteading. I mean, I don't know any homesteaders that don't can, right? And it's just as important for prepping to have that supply there. And I think with canning, I grow this food. If I can can, I know what's in it then. There's not all of the other stuff in it. I hope it doesn't turn out like my chickens did, though. Um, I loved my chickens, but I guarantee you, I didn't pay nearly as much for a dozen. I don't pay nearly as much for a dozen eggs now as I did a dozen from those chickens. If you think about how much it costs for all that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing. And like I said, you ain't never too old to learn. You gotta learn. You gotta keep learning. It keeps you young too. I got the ball canning book, and I think I took it home to read it. I have, when she sent me the canner and the supplies, she also sent me a book, plus the book that came with the instruction book that came with the canner has recipes in it. Oh, I just can't wait. Let's see. Yeah. Who's that? Rock and Ron from the Woodlands. Yes, I know the Woodlands well. Absolutely. We turned our backyard into a mini farm. We planted everything we could find this. That's awesome, dude. Keep us posted on how that's going. I have what I think is a nice starter selection of seeds on Amazon in my wish list that I'm going to grab. And then I'll plant that stuff out here. I mean, out here I'm going to do potatoes, carrots, beans, squash, corn, stuff that doesn't need daily attention. And I'm going to do all that from seed. In wheeling, I'm going to do tomatoes, peppers, cucumber, that stuff in wheeling. And I'm probably just going to buy starter plants for that. I'm thinking my mom used a metal wire mesh strainer to make tomato juice. Yeah, that's what this thing is. You crank around, it's got a grate in the bottom, a wire grate in the bottom, and it supposedly de-skins them, and it doesn't let the seeds or the skin go through. Pretty wild. I got to try it out. Chicken prepper, if you look up how the Amish feed chickens, it shows food that grows back every year that the chickens eat with very little maintenance involved. I definitely will look into that, chicken prepper, because we bought them food, we bought them corn. They ate everything that we ate, And I'm going to tell you, because everybody talks about how chickens, they quit laying in the wintertime and the egg production goes down. Ours never did. Here's the way Gail felt about our chickens, right? On cold mornings, she would make them a hot breakfast and take a hot breakfast out to the chicken coop every morning during the winter time. And they laid all winter. But yeah, they all got the chickens got a hot breakfast every morning. Chickweed is prolific and regrows fast. Chickweed. Has anyone used a hydro system in their car or truck? I have not. Yes, Kim, that is one they were talking about. I'm going to be planting a lot of that. All right, definitely keep us up to date. We planted strawberries, onions, carrots, eggplant, zucchini, 2 types of squash, okra, jalapeno, tomatoes, several other things. I've posted a few videos. What's the name of your YouTube channel? See if you can find that, Susie, and put a link in there for everybody. I definitely need to go. I want to watch that. I used to live in Houston, so I know the Woodlands pretty well. I was living in Houston when they built the Woodlands, when the Woodlands first started. Yeah, anybody that has a YouTube channel, this year we went to Moon Nursery and got an avocado tree, porch, size 2 southern sweet cherry trees, and one side. That's how you prep. That's getting ready, and that's actually doing it. That's what we got to have. All right, everybody, go subscribe to his channel. We're gonna learn from Rock and Ron. He's gonna be one of the ones we count on. Also, I have a Facebook page, SBA Prepping and Survival. So join that Facebook group, And any of you guys that want to join that, I want to start getting recipes for canning and also add that to that Facebook group. But if you have a YouTube channel, feel free to post videos on there. So we can find your channel, and if it's something that pertains to homesteading and prepping, then definitely post your videos on my Facebook page there so we can see them. I just cleared 7 beds today of chickweed, henbit, and North Carolina creeper. Rock and Ron's Outdoors, yeah. Join SBA Prepping and Survival on Facebook, and then get in the groups there. And you can put your videos there. So when do you grow the chickweed? You said 7 beds. Is it something that you grow during the winter or something? Hey Joe, Tommy from Louisiana. Hadn't commented in a while, but I enjoy your videos. Tommy, thank you very much, bud. I like Louisiana too. One of my personal heroes is Justin Wilson. Hey Joe, hey Ernie, my uncle had a 90-acre farm in Michigan. I used to shovel chicken shit and put it in the manure spreader to fertilize the field. Yeah, now what I heard about the chicken poop is you got to wait and let it it's like real hot, I guess. So you don't want to just immediately, take it out of the coop and throw it in the garden. I don't know that. I've got a small YouTube channel, but I'm not computer savvy. Well, fortunately, you don't have to be now. Papa, happy Saturday night, Joe. Looks like you're at the cabin. Yes, indeed, sir, I am. Enjoying life, absolutely. I'm definitely trying. Comes up all year. Ron, it's an obnoxious weed. Well, if it feeds the chickens, that saves on having to buy food. Farmall and Forge, good evening. You certainly are here, bud. We are happy now. Leroy, what's going on, my friend? Yeah, you need to, Malachi's Corner, you need to do a video tour of your backyard and where you've got everything and what's going on in it. Post it on YouTube and also post it in my group there on Facebook. Hey Joe, I see Chuck Norris died, and also they said the Grim Reaper has a bloody nose. Yep, I heard that too. I couldn't believe Chuck Norris died, man. He was. I never pictured Chuck Norris dying. That was a shock to me. My son, the day before, Nick said, "Did you see they took Chuck Norris to the emergency room?" He was over in Hawaii, and they took him to the hospital. I was like, "Wow!" You just don't expect that from someone like him. He just seemed invincible. And geez, 86 though. I think the first movie Chuck Norris did that I really liked, and I became a big time Chuck Norris fan, was an obscure movie called Silent Rage. I love that movie, and I became a fan of his from that point on. Joe, as I mentioned to you last week, I tilled my soil today. We laid down the plasticulture. It's a biodegradable layer of plastic we lay down to keep soil moist and the weeds out. I hadn't heard of that. What I'm going to do out here, I've never grown anything out here, and it's pretty clay soil. I mean, it's not the greatest soil. So my idea this year, when I till it up, I'm just going to plant all kinds of seeds. I just want to see what will grow. I mean, I'm going to bring in a truckload of topsoil after I till. It's not going to be a giant garden, but I want to plant a big variety of stuff and just see what sells, or what grows. Then I can decide from then. Spook, I received my 950 tomato plants yesterday morning. They will go in the ground. 950 to, oh my goodness, man, that's like a commercial operation. Wow. Arkansas Prepper. I set my alarm to be here. It's still late. Yeah, well, we'll dock your pay for that, Arkansas Prepper. Don't worry about that one. I always thought they would make Silent Rage too. It ended like they would, didn't it? Yeah. When he came back up out of that water, but they never did. I guess they couldn't get enough money together for it. No, he was 86. Chuck Norris was 86. Yeah, smash that like button. But yeah, Chuck Norris, man, he was a good guy. There wasn't any doubt about that. He was one of the good ones. He did a lot as a philanthropist without seeking the glory for it, and nothing bad about him, you know. And the greatest thing that ever happened to memes was Chuck Norris. All right, what else is happening, folks? What's everybody been up to? Spring is starting to arrive. Somebody, I don't know if he's in here or not. I haven't seen him yet. Was talking about out there getting started, getting ready for their gardening, and already got a tick. I don't think it got cold enough or for long enough. Yeah, I saw that one, Ernie. Jesus walked on water, Chuck Norris swam on land. Wait, well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a chat with these people on this job. Because Saturday nights are devoted to you guys. I can't be getting interrupted on Saturday nights. Because I have currently 2 peach trees, 2 apple trees, 6 blueberry bushes, 3 blackberry bushes, 1 raspberry, 7 strawberry. See, I don't know potato bar. I don't know what a potato bar is. You're gonna have to do that one for me. Figure that one out. Let's see, Ron. Had my Times investigative reporter trying to help me put article and YouTube video up. Ron Foster publishing scam, $50,000 lost to fake royalties and pay to release scheme. You know, I was looking into that, Ron. I saw that. That's ridiculous. And we can all learn from it. Spooky. I'm documenting everything this year. I will either put it on YouTube channel or on your Facebook page. Just a hobby that pays for itself. Just selling locals on the weekend. That's perfect, man. I absolutely love it. And that's what I'm going to do is, this is going to be an experiment this year. And I'll figure out what I like. Same with canning. I'm going to can everything I can. Can everything I can. Then next spring when I plant, I can look at what I have left of what I can, and I'll be able to say, yeah, I really like this stuff. We use this. I need to grow more of this. Or I wish we had grown this. I'll know to add that this, the next year. Oh, we didn't use any of this, so why bother to grow it? I mean, that's that whole learning curve to try to get everything down pat. I pruned my 2 apple trees today. I don't want them getting too tall, but it's nice to be able to pick apples from the ground. I have to prune mine. I'm glad you said that. I didn't think about that. I got to get mine done right away. Because we just, the trees are up taller than my house. And I have a 2-story house. They just went crazy growing in my yard. So, Prep, you made a great deal on this Facebook Marketplace canning and casting. Yeah, those were good things. And that's what I tell people. Watch those Marketplace. Look at that stuff. Because these people don't know what they have. Because all that canning, Grandpa used to can. Well, Grandpa passed away. Right? Nobody cares about canning now. This was all stuff that was clutter in their garage that they wanted to get rid of. The cast iron skillets. I mean, those are big name. I mean, those are great skillets. Never been taken out of the box, let alone used. But these people I bought it from were moving. Their parents had bought it 20, 25, 30 years ago to go camping, use them on camping trips. So the people I bought them from don't go camping, so they sold them. Thinking, oh, they can only be used when you're out camping. I mean, who knows? Been cold, but my rhubarb is about 3 inches. I'll be able to cut some this year. It will be the 3rd year. Wow. My rhubarb is possibly buried under chickweed. I'm hoping it survived. Around too late to prune now, better in winter. You think it's too late to prune my apple trees? I mean, we still have cold weather coming, and they haven't started budding yet. And I've pruned them, not so much pruned them, but I've had these branches get so heavy with apples that any time of the year during the summer, I cut a whole bunch of those branches off, and it still keeps right on going. We have a large, well-established patch of rhubarb. I hate that stuff, but make some things for the hubby who loves it. Besides jam and jelly, what else can you do to preserve some for winter? Rhubarb pie. Gary loves it. If Gary was in here, he'd tell you. Sap up. Guess iffy. I'm in Alabama. Okay, I'm still fortunately up here in West Virginia, northern West Virginia, where it's not quite that bad yet. Gary and I went to there's a local restaurant here, like a mom and pop restaurant we go to once in a while for lunch. And they have a big pie selection. Somebody makes all these homemade pies and they sell there. And I had never had rhubarb pie. So Gary got a piece of rhubarb pie and I took a bite of it. I won't buy a piece of rhubarb pie. I was not that impressed with it. I didn't like it as much. Rhubarb cobbler. I just wasn't a fan of it. There you go. Susie, there's plenty of ideas what to do with the rhubarb. You guys will have to entertain yourselves for a second. I got to run to the refrigerator and get some Dr. Pepper. My water's gone. I did my part. I drank a bottle of water. Oh, man. All right. Dr. Pepper Zero. When you prune a fruit tree, a bird should be able to fly through it. Wow, that's an interesting. Okay. Good God. Oh, man. That was hard. I thought I was going to ask one of you guys to open this for me. My idea of rhubarb is to replace it with black. That I can go for. I think I'm going to do that this year too. I got to figure out where to do them, but I'm going to plant some blueberries and blackberries. We have just a load of wild blueberries growing everywhere. But I've been clearing and cleaning all that stuff out, and I got to cut those down. So I might just designate an area where the fruit orchard's going to be, and maybe, plant some blueberry and blackberry bushes over there. Who knows? Oh, Malachi's Corner. Oh, the Dr. Pepper Fund. That's right. Thank you. I can use that. Well, they got Dr. Pepper on sale right now, so I can use part of your donation there, Malachi's Corner, to order the seeds I want to get off of Amazon to start my garden. I can tell the economy is horrible. Barely any tips from Uber Eats, DoorDash, or Spark. Yeah, it's hard. It's very hard right now. I mean, I have to go down to Charleston, like I mentioned, for company meetings at the end of next week. And I'm going to talk to them about this mileage pay for my truck or my car. 3 weeks ago, the money they pay me per mile is good. But in the last 3 weeks, the cost of gas has gone up 40%. So I need a bump up in that pay. So we're going to discuss that. Oh, I'm so glad you made it. Oh my God, thank you for showing up. Thank you for showing up. LWY Off Grid Homestead. I'll use your name if you want. Cool, I saved my seeds. I got to learn how to do that too. I mean, I have so much to learn. I can't wait to learn it all. And you guys are going to be just such awesome help. But yes, now that we have a much larger crowd in here, I'll mention this again. I know you're Bonnie. I just didn't know if you wanted me to call you Bonnie or not. You just see how selective us drivers are now with the gas prices. But offers that are $9 to drive 35 miles one way, 0 tip, we can't afford. As it's 70 miles round trip. I absolutely understand that. The Big Easy, lurk away, my friend. You're up in the balcony with the other lurkers. Popcorn's on its way. Don't worry, y'all can sit up there and eat popcorn and watch the shenanigans going on here in the live stream. Man, congrats, Teresa. That's awesome. The Off-Grid Sperm Project put a video up on my YouTube channel. All right, we're going to go watch it. Put it on my SBA Prepping and Survival Facebook group page. Again, I'll tell everybody again, I mentioned it before, I have a Facebook group, SBA Prepping and Survival. That's my other YouTube channel that I want to try to get active again. But if you got videos, if you have a YouTube channel, join my group and put your videos up there for all my, followers. As that page grows, as that group grows, we'll be sharing videos and knowledge on there. Uh, there's your link. Everybody go subscribe. But come back here. Yep, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That means a lot, man. My channel is really suffering. And by suffering, I mean I'm getting no views. And that's partly because of YouTube, and they're constantly changing and shifting algorithm. So I just accept that. I still have fun putting up videos. Uh, perfect. Perfect off-grid suburban project. That's what that Facebook group there is for. We're all going to grow with that too. And we're going to I'm going to have canning videos on there and recipes, and we're going to discuss all that. Anything to do with homesteading and prepping and survival is going to be on that Facebook group, as well as my YouTube channels. Now, I want to give you an update on something. Remember I said I was going to start doing these beet gummies because the beetroot has, it makes this stuff that helps your blood vessels and everything relax and open up. That the chemical that does that, as you get older, the body quits making it. This beetroot has what's needed, makes the body produce it. And because I take lisinopril for my blood pressure, and two of the biggest side effects of lisinopril is fatigue, which the last few months I've been suffering bad with fatigue, and I could never figure out why. But fatigue is one of the bad side effects, and brain fog. Let me tell you, my brain has been foggy for a while. So what I've done, I've started doing these beetroot chewies, the human, Humann chewies. I do 2 chewies a day, or gummies. And I've cut the lisinopril down to, instead of 1 every day, 1 every other day. And I watch my blood pressure, I check my blood pressure, and sure enough, it's staying down by cutting that prescription in half. And these beetroots, I think, it's only been 3 weeks, but I can tell a difference. I can tell a difference in my energy level, and I can tell a difference in my thoughts and in my brain. So maybe, it may be just I want it so bad, I think it's doing good, but I think it's doing some good. Okay. Malachi's Corner. I have a channel. So yeah, put Malachi's Corner, a link to her channel. Off-grid server. Joe, it made my blood pressure too low. Yeah, you know what? I had, that's why I would check my blood pressure every day, and I started cutting back on the lisinopril because I had heard that same thing. So that's why I'm watching it real close. I'm not saying I'm going to stay on it, but I think what it's done, it's proven to me that, yeah, my fatigue and my brain fog is a side effect of that medicine. So one of the things I have to do is go back on my diet and start dropping the weight again and being more active now that spring is coming. That's going to help lower the blood pressure naturally as well. And I might get to where I'm only doing 1 gummy a day of the beetroot. Farm on 4s. I originally got my chickens for the manure. The eggs are a bonus. I got mine for the eggs, and the manure turned out to be a bonus. I mean, one thing they were great for in Wheeling, in the garden area where we did Wheeling, right before we planted, we turned the chickens free inside that area. And they cleaned that all up, pecked it all up, didn't have to till anything. They did it and pooped in it. So that really helped. Tanya's, I take lisinopril too. I didn't know it causes fatigue. I have felt tired recently. I have a dry cough. Yeah, a dry cough is another side effect. Now, I haven't really had that. That side effect. Everybody gets different side effects. Um, I don't have the dry cough problem, fortunately. But hey, Frank, what's going on, my friend? Uh, my dogs get most of my eggs. Yes, we had x-rays and she's on pain medication, but she's doing well. I ordered a laser to give her treatments. We'll see how it goes. My dog gets eggs every morning. Loves them. I get a cough with lisinopril and cottonmouth. I get cottonmouth, especially at night. It seems lately. I don't know why. Maybe it's part of that. What's Joe's Facebook page on? SBA Prepping and Survival. That's the Facebook group. My Facebook page is Joe Waller. Try to keep it really simple. I don't know if you can post a link from Facebook on here or not, Susie. I don't know how you do that. Maybe you can investigate that. My dogs get eggs every morning. In fact, I now have to cook eggs every morning. They get eggs sometimes twice in the morning because sometimes Gail will make a quick breakfast before she goes to work and she shares with them, but she leaves for work at 7:30. At 7:31, those dogs are sitting in front of me just staring at me because it is time to go make eggs. And every morning I have to make scrambled eggs with cheese and toast. I make sausage for me. I don't share the sausage with the beagles. Me and Rosie have the sausage. Link for SBA prepping. All right, there you go. There's the link for it. German Shepherd gets 4 eggs a day. We do 4 eggs between the beagles and Rosa and me. They don't get 4 eggs by themselves. Remember, I don't have chickens now, so I'm buying eggs. Fortunately, the price hasn't gone up on those yet. Gail just bought 5. We had 5 dozen at home, but she got some kind of coupon for some kind of thank you gift shopper thing from Kroger's, and she could get 5 dozen eggs for $99 a dozen. So she went by and got those. Yeah, Ron's got a channel. Put his, we can find his too. You got them spoiled, Joe. No, we don't spoil no dogs. My dog won't eat eggs. I wish she would. Well, mine, I have to, number one, we go in the kitchen and they have to do a taste test. I get the cheese out and I take a little piece. They each get some shredded cheese. That's their taste test. And then I scramble up the eggs. I pour that into the skillet. Then they get the bowl. They lick the bowl of the eggs. And then I cook the eggs and my sausage and toast and sprinkle cheese on it. We go in the living room, and we sit there and we eat our breakfast every morning. They go out, go potty, come back in, and they're down till noon taking a nap. Dirty old egg sucking dog. Now, I don't know that one. Duck grits for add organic sea salt to your water. I reverse cardio myopathy, acid reflux, AFib, and high blood pressure and a high protein diet. Organic sea salt to your water. I'm going to have to look into that. We got 12 yesterday and 5 today. We have a light on ours in the winter. Wow, that's a good deal. If I got 12 a day, I mean, man, I'd be happy. But once we move out here, we'll get chickens again. You know, I miss my chickens. One thing I noticed sitting out here the last couple weeks, I got some mice in my ceiling. I guess they moved in during the winter. I thought I had everything sealed up and they couldn't get in. But I hear one or two of them moving up in the ceiling. Damn it. So I got to get rid of them. Get this place sealed up better. Oh, 15 chickens. All right. Yeah, I plan on getting a couple dozen chickens when we get out here. Because I'll have plenty to share with people, and I'm going to be, you know, supplying chickens around the area in our little group. I'm the chicken man. We have the pork man. We have the beef man. Did Betty White and 2 Easter eggs thing in a day? Curious minds are dying. I have no idea. Do the opposite of the government guidelines and you will be get healthy again. I hear you on that off-grid suburban project. I've really been researching this stuff. I mean, after all, I'll be 69 in a couple months. I'm kind of looking into it now. I abused my body enough. It's amazing. It's still even available for me. I have 6 hens, hello, but they don't lay in winter. Ours dead. I told you about that. 80s and 90s, I had 2 eggs nightly with a tall glass of beer. It was a ritual for a long time. My grandmother in Columbus, Ohio, she was the longest living of all the people in the family. But every day she would have 2 eggs, a can of Stroh's beer, and her Bugler cigarettes she would roll. When I would go there in the summer, I'd have to roll. I'd sit there and roll 2 or 3 packs of cigarettes at a time on that little machine that you roll over. But she smoked those cigarettes, drank that beer every day. She had 1 beer every day, Stroh's beer, and eggs. And she lived a long time. But you gotta, Kim, you gotta feed your hens warm breakfast during the winter. That's what Gail did. Gail would make them oatmeal with bananas in it or leftovers from our breakfast. But every morning during the winter, those chickens got a hot breakfast. They laid all winter long. We got eggs. Well, Stroh's what I drink as well. Yeah, imagine that. Yeah, that was a good beer, man. When I lived in Houston, it was a big treat to get Stroh's beer down there. Just like it used to be back in the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, whatever. Coors beer you couldn't get east of the Mississippi, or east of the Mississippi, you couldn't get Coors beer. So if anybody went out west, they came back with cases of Coors. They were heroes for the weekend. I can't find Ron's channel. Several interviews with him. They need to break. And yes, I give them hot dinner. Yeah. Well, it was so funny with the chickens too. I hear people have problems with their dogs and chickens. we had the St. Bernards, and then they were 7 years old, 6 years old when we got the chickens. And it took them a minute, a little bit to get used to it. Maggie, right away, had no problems with them, because she loved sneaking in their coop. We let them free range. Maggie loved going in the yard, sneaking into their coop and eating their feed. Uh, so she didn't have a problem with the chickens. Misha took a little bit longer, but if we took a plate of food out to the chickens, the dogs would sit there and watch the chickens eat the food. And then once they were done and left, then the dogs would go over and lick the bowl or lick the plate or whatever if there was anything on there. And then the chickens would chase the dogs around the yard. That was always a funny sight. Chicken needs extra protein in the winter to lay eggs. I remember when y'all had chickens in Wheeling and fed them breakfast. Yeah, Bonnie, that's how we did it. Hey, Paul. Time to get a cat again. The cats never had a problem with the chickens. The neighborhood cats used to keep all the mice and rats away. Yeah, I think it kind of pissed off the chickens because they liked the mice. They liked catching them and eating them. But the cats, all the neighborhood cats used to hang around with the chickens. Joe, for the mice, try Venus mouse packets. It's all organic. Yeah, that'll chase them out. And the dogs would pick up their plate. Yes, yeah, absolutely. You remember that. I remember when Misha, I had collected eggs and I put them on the front deck. I went and got the eggs, put them on the front deck, and there were 2 or 3 eggs there. And I looked over, I was getting ready to go in the house, and I looked over, and one of the eggs was missing. And I'm like, what the hell happened to the egg? And I'm looking around, and Misha's coming down from the deck, right? And I followed her over to the side. I said, did you steal one of those eggs? Right? And she popped it up out of her mouth. I mean, she never broke it or anything. She picked that egg up off the deck and carried it around the yard. And when I asked her if she stole one of the eggs, she spit it out of her mouth and it was laying there on the ground, unbroken. I have 1 or 6 vodka. I don't drink, but the 420s, yeah, I can do that. The off-grid shot a thumbs up. Where's Prepper Nurse 1 tonight? I don't know where he is. I thought he might stop by again. He's perhaps lurking or hiding. I could be. I don't know. But yeah, smash that like button, folks. We enjoy that. My guy's corner trying to get his fiction story straight. Oh my God, yes, I know. That's going to be interesting to see if he can keep with that and, live out his fantasy life on his stories. Betty White said the secret to long life was hot dogs and vodka. All right, I like that. You know why I drink, Joe? Well, besides working where we worked, why else? That would drive anybody to drink. Because I'm thirsty. There you go. I drink too when I'm thirsty. Most definitely. Now, don't get me wrong. I used to drink. I used to party hard. And I had to be the center of attention at parties. I was in the midst of all of it. I had to be that. I'm the first one there and the last one to leave, but always a happy drinker. I never got, I was not one of those that get mean, when they drink. I just got happier and funnier. Anyone raised rabbits? My grandparents raised rabbits. That's a good question, Arkansas Prepper. I want to learn that. I know Gary did. I want to get, besides the meat chickens, I want to get meat rabbits. Gail doesn't want to. Gail doesn't want anything to do with rabbits. She doesn't want anything to do with meat chickens. None of that kind of stuff does she want to do. I'm going to do it. Susie goes, I'm having a nice cold beer. Drove all day. It didn't make much. Praying it improves. I hope it does for you. I know it's got to be tough on you guys out there. Mountain Man, on the medical side of things, I just watched a woman take a bullet out of a guy's back, pour gunpowder in the hole, light it, and boy, did he holler some medical advice. Moderation is key to anything you do, Joe, including drinking. Absolutely. I remember when Gary got rabbits from J0. Yeah. Yeah, I went over and helped Gary when he was building his rabbit hutch. But I think that's the kind of thing you do when you're retired at your homestead and you got every day to work with them and all of that. Chicken prepper. My puppy drove me to drink. I hear that. Yeah, I got my chickens from J0. He, invited me down and was going to give me 6 chickens, 2 each of 3 different breeds, because I'd never had chickens. I didn't know what to do with them. So I thought I would experiment. Again, it's learning. That's what you got to do. I had those chickens for 4 years in Cincinnati. I learned what you got to do with chickens. So now I'm ready on my homestead when I move out here to have chickens. Again, learn. That's what this whole thing is about. Learn. Read Ron Foster books. Learn about prepping. Learn about survival. If your name, I'm just leaving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bonnie, I didn't know that. I remember when you went to his place with Gary. Yeah, Gary, I forgot what we did. I think Gary had some kind of a heater. I'm thinking a wood stove that he took down to J0. I remember when we went down there and had to unload that. What a great guy J0 is. He's a really good guy. But he gave me those chickens, and I went down. Let's see, when I went to get the chickens, he had just been talking about their harvest was really bad that year, all their food. So I went by Jebbia's, our local vegetable market here in Wheeling, and just bought bags of, tomatoes and peppers and onions and just all kinds of stuff, and took that load of vegetables down to him. And he was like, "Oh no, you didn't need to do that, Joe. You didn't need to." Do that. I'm like, "John, this is for you, dude. You're gonna help me with these chickens. I'm gonna help you with your stuff." So that's the way we do it. Oh yeah, chickens. There you go. The egg, the chicken, and chicken legs. I love it. I check his channel from time to time. Yeah, he doesn't do it anymore. He's more into the fishing and got into that. My grandfather would bring the clean rabbits, and I would work the hand crank grinder. And my grandmother made rabbit salad sandwiches, just like tuna salad. Wow, that's an interesting way. I hadn't thought of it. I'd never heard of that. I've eaten rabbit before. Yeah, John went off onto his fishing thing, and he just quit doing YouTube. Uh, yeah, I drank when I was happy. And you know what's kind of funny uh, about my drinking? This is going to sound really weird. I never drank at home. I have never had a beer sitting in my house. I would go out to the clubs with my friends and I'd drink all night long. And I would go home. But I think because I grew up with the drug addicts and the alcoholics and everything as parents, I made it a point I never enjoyed a beer from my own house. I've never done, I've never drank a beer out here. Now I'll go over and visit with Bobby, or we'll get together and have a fire with some of us around here, and I'll drink a beer or two. But I don't, for some reason, I have this thing against drinking at my own house. And I think it has to do with because that's all I saw as a kid, as a child, was nothing but drunks everywhere. So I just don't have it at home. Well, thanks for stopping by, Teresa. I appreciate it. You have a good week as well, dear. Good luck. I have never eaten any hunted animals or other varmints folks raise or shoot. Interesting. I have. Uh, Chicken prepper. Have you ever had ducks? Never had ducks. Gail wants to try ducks once we move out here. She'd mentioned wanting ducks. I want to get a cow when we move out here and take it down. I'll take it once a year down to Tim. He's got bull down there. Let them do their thing. Get the calf up here. When it's 8 months old or so, fill my freezer. Next year, take the cow down there. Let her do it again. I mean, I don't want a herd of cattle, but I would like to do that. I've eaten duck, but I haven't had ducks. I don't know. Maybe I got your question. Have you ever had ducks? No, I never had ducks. But we might. I used to go out and drink back in the day, but with DUIs, it's not cheap out now. I only drink at home, but never drink and drive now. Now I never got a ticket. I never did that. There were many nights I would call Gail, especially when I lived in Cincinnati. I would call Gail at 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, and say, "Dear, you got to come and get me. I can't drive home." And she always did. I mean, she'd be mad, but she always came and got me. And the next morning, she'd take me to wherever I had to leave my truck because I wouldn't drive it if I'd been drinking. I feed a large herd of deer here, but no hunting. We won't allow it. Gail won't eat deer either. Gail is totally against any of that kind of stuff. Um, she won't, she's not keen on the idea of our chickens taking them and processing them and putting them in the freezer. She's not into that at all. I'm going to do it. I'm going to teach Alex how to do it. His girlfriend, when she gets up here from the Philippines, she does that kind of stuff. So we're going to get rid of that, ready for that. Yeah, I've had duck eggs, goose eggs. It's all good. My two uncles would get in the pickup truck with their fishing poles and tackle cases, case of beer, and gone all weekend. They would come back happy as all heck. Absolutely. I can appreciate that. Arkansas Prepper. My ducks were shot during duck season. Hmm. I'm too old to go out and drink at bars anyways, Joe. That's me. No, I don't do it. I mean, I went out a few times there at work with, uh, I'd go out with Heath and Zane, all them guys on the hill. We'd go down, to the 19th hole and drink and smoke and stuff like that, but not like I used to. Beer cans roll, yeah, yeah. Used to be you could get away with that. Now you can't. J0 raised quail. I don't know what quail. I don't know anything about quail. Do you eat quail or quail eggs good or what? I don't know. It's okay to go out and eat and have a few drinks though. Yeah, I can't afford. I can either have a drink or I can have food. One of the two. I don't. I can't do anything else about it. Now they do have March Madness, the bracket for the NCAA tournament at work, and the winner. I haven't checked after today's games, but I was in second place this morning, and all four of my teams are still in the Final Four. I haven't lost one of those yet. So, but the winner gets $100 gift card from Texas Roadhouse, and I'm like, oh hell yes. Don't name your meat animals. Yep, that's exactly what I tried to tell her. That's what the wife wants to do. Then she doesn't want to have them butchered. Exactly, that's what Gail would do. The first thing we did when we got those chickens from John was she named all of them had names. Quail breasts are great on the charcoal grill. All right, I mean, I didn't know. I never knew about. I know few channels that they raise quail. I've never had one. Now, we'll tell you something we did the other night. Nick, if you remember, you could buy the steakums. They were like Philly cheesesteaks, four of them in a package, and you make your Philly cheesesteaks at home with those steakums. They were good, but they've gotten so expensive. We haven't been able to buy. We haven't bought them for a while because it's almost like those things are becoming luxury items anymore. Well, Nick working at the Roadhouse, they throw away this food at night if they got too much or there's stuff. There's always pieces of prime rib that they had ready but didn't sell or whatever. Well, Nick brought home some prime rib, so it's like, you know what? Let's think about this for a minute. What we can do with this. Gail picked up some hoagie rolls, right? We had all the mozzarella cheese and provolone cheese and everything. We took that prime rib, put it in the grinder, and made chip steak out of it, basically. Cooked some onions and green peppers on the Blackstone, grilled all of that prime rib on the Blackstone, and made our own Philly cheesesteaks. They were great. I couldn't believe how good those things were. Uh, and it was all the meat was free. I mean, it was he gets to bring home stuff. He brings home potatoes, mashed potatoes, the green beans, the corn, all that stuff's good. I mean, we can use some of it. Some of it we wind up, like there's a girl where Gail works that loves those green beans. So anytime he brings home a load of green beans is left over, we take them in for her. Uh, but yeah, it was good to have those Philly cheesesteaks again. Either I'm spoiled by how fresh taste and I can't justify the prices. Both. Both. It just, like I said, it's become so expensive that you know, it's hard to do. I saw prime rib at Walmart this week, It was $120 for a 5-pound package. Yep. Yep. That's why I like getting this stuff from Nick. I found the large cans of Folgers coffee for $13. Wow, where you should have bought every can they had. Because somebody I was talking to was bitching about the fact that a can of Folgers was $19 at Kroger's. But folks, that's what's happening, you know. That's where we're headed. That's why I said, now they're expecting in September grocery prices, because of all this bullshit going on in Iran and everything that's happening around the world right now, and the oil the way it is, they're estimating that grocery prices in September, that's when it's really, the effect of this really going to hit us. It's going to go up about 40%. We cannot afford that, right? And I think by the end of 2027, we are all going to be under the control of the government. They will furnish us our food. We will get what they think we need to have. Almost like back in World War II when you had food ration stamps. I don't think we're going to be able to go to the grocery store. How can you go to the grocery store and buy 5 pounds of prime rib for $120 and then consider it's going to go up 40%? So now you're going to pay $160 or $165, 40% of 120. And how can you do that? Pay's not going up like that. The cost of everything is going up so much, we can't afford to buy groceries anymore. And that's why I am so ready to grow my own food and can my own stuff so I don't have to buy so much. Quit relying on this. Oh, limited to. That happens, they're going to give everyone a food card. That's what's going to happen. It'll be all GMO garbage, and they're choosing our food. Exactly. Thinking about cattle. Yeah, Tim down the hill from me, he's got about 35 head of cattle now. But yeah, I think we simply have got to come and accept the fact. My back's hurting a little bit. I did a little bit of work out here. But we're going to have to accept the fact that we're not going to be able to buy food. Plain and simple. We're not going to be able to buy food. We're not going to be able to buy gas to get to work. And you know what that is leading to? 15-minute cities. That's what they want. It's crazy. It's mind-boggling that we're letting this happen. There's no taking this country back. It's too late. Too far gone. We need a complete reset. Yeah, and we're going to get a complete reset. We are going to become 100% socialist. Period. You know, I thought I wouldn't be around to see this happen because I thought I would be dead before it finally broke loose. But I don't think I'm going to have that luxury now. I think it's going to happen while me and Gail are still struggling. And I can't impress upon people how important it is. All of you guys that are established, that have your gardens, have your chickens, that know how to hunt, know how to forage. It's great. You guys are well ahead of a lot of us. But it's coming to that point. I have my 10 acres here. You know, I do have, Bobby and I were talking down the hill earlier. We have all the rabbits, you know. We have deer here. We have turkey here. So, I mean, it's what it's becoming. That's where we're headed. I buy a 4 to 5 pound whole chicken. Makes a big pot of stock. Pressure can 5 quarts of the stock. Use the meat for chicken salad, fajitas, pot pie. You can get 7 meals out of one chicken. Get on my Facebook page and start posting stuff about that, because that's what I need to learn. I mean, I think if I can get, once I move out here and I get meat chickens, if I can get 2 dozen meat chickens, and it only takes 8 weeks. You buy the chicks. All they do is eat. They don't do anything else. They don't lay any eggs or anything. They just have to walk around. I'll build a chicken tractor, so they always have fresh food, grass to eat. 8 weeks, they're just so fat their legs start breaking. Then you process them. That would be 2 dozen chickens in the freezer. You know, and I'm thinking every 4 months cycle through another 2 dozen. That's the kind of stuff I've been researching and learning how to do. God, I gotta learn how to do that, man. Because I have to go to Walmart now and buy more chicken broth. I've gone through, in the last 3 months, 5 boxes of chicken broth. I love to figure out how to do my own. I'm not as worried about protecting what I have. I'm more worried about the government coming and taking it than I am marauders coming and taking it. Let me put it that way. Because the government will take it for the better good of the community. That kind of shit. I do chicken stew, any leftover, I mix it with some pasta for a casserole, chicken tacos, chicken chili, chicken pot pies. Also, my sleep apnea cleared up. All right. Man, you ran the whole gamut, didn't you? Wish 10 acres is a nice size. Yep, that's what I got is 10 acres. I put up 24 quarts of marinara sauce in the fall. Beef, turkey, and chicken stock is always in the pantry. That's where I want to get. I really do. I'm so looking forward to being able to do that. Hey, Charles Martel, what's up? It's good to have you some apple trees. That's a good thing. Yeah, I love my apple trees. Meat chickens are cheaper too. Yep, that's what I'm going to get. I love being able to walk outside, pick food right out of my own yard, and most don't see it as food. That's what you got to start teaching people, Kim. That's what your videos, that's why I said you need to do a tour of your food forest that you have going. That's what I call people like you that have that in their backyard. It's all edible. That's your food forest. Upgrades. You can order pasta from Europe, by far more pure than what we have here. Well, I'm going to be making my own pasta. I don't know how to can and can't afford a canner, so I make a ton of broth and freeze it in quart bags. Maybe one day I can get a canner. My mom and grandma used to can everything. Well, watch my video today, Susie. Can watch Marketplace. I got a giant water bath canner, 2 giant stock pots, and about 105 various sized jars for $65. And I don't have an idea how to can. That's what I'm learning this week. Arkansas prepper, I made large brush piles with PVC pipe under them where the wild rabbits can hide from the coyotes. I made my neighbors want to hunt on my property. I built rabbit box traps and said no to hunting. Great idea. Great idea. Gary, what's up, bud? All right, everybody dumb me up. Gary's here. We can't talk about him anymore. The Alabama bound boy. Oh, crap. Is that why my ears were burning? Oh, yeah. They should have burned off. It's a good thing you can read comments because you probably can't hear them now. The Breakfast Club, yep. We went and had breakfast today. We were going to come out here this morning. I mean, that was the plan, have breakfast, come out here and, do a little bit of work. I wanted to go over the whole tiller and relearn how all that works because Gary's my teacher. And we walked out of the Cracker Barrel and I'm like, man, it's just chilly. It was all gray and overcast. And I'm like, it seems like for 6 months we've been, doing these projects in the cold. And it's like, why don't we wait till tomorrow? It's supposed to be 80 degrees tomorrow. At least in the morning before it starts raining, we can, maybe work on our t-shirts. I'm falling asleep. Have a good week, folks. I sure will. You too, Kim. I'm, geez, it's 9:30. I was supposed to call Gail at 9. Hey, Doug and Ashley, how you doing? All right. What's going on? Wow, more people are showing up. I guess I might just stay on here now. I haven't figured out how to exit a live stream because I just new people pop up and I just want to keep talking. How much does he pay you, Gary? No, Gary pays me to come out here and work. Remember, that's how that works. All right, glad to hear that. We've been talking canning and prepping. Joe is new to the world of canning. He bought me breakfast this morning. Yeah, it was my turn for breakfast. Oh, now I know why you called and said you wanted to go do breakfast. I forgot it was my turn. Yeah. He'll call next time he calls. He'll be to see if it's my turn again. But Ernie, we found this place in Moundsville, Bob's Lunch. And that looks like, as long as I'm in Wheeling, that might be a favorite spot to go get breakfast at. We hadn't done Cracker Barrel for a while. So that was a nice little break. That's why we have no money. We're both broke because we go to Cracker Barrel. Have you figured out how to do a live stream with guests so we can ask questions? You know what? I haven't. I will figure that one out. Yep. I just did. I talked about that lisinopril and all the brain fog I've had lately and the fatigue I've had lately, and things just slip my mind. I don't think about things anymore. That's why I got to get off of that stuff. I think we may have. Yeah, we might. We sure have. That got to be a habit every weekend there for a while. At least we have chairs there with our names on them. They see us coming. You tried pickled green beans, water bath canning. Plan B Homestead. I absolutely will. Any suggestions I get on here, I will try. I never heard of pickled green beans, but I will try. My very first experiment, I'm hoping, depending on my work schedule, well, I don't know if I forgot. I got to go down to Charleston, West Virginia, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So I guess next week I might try to. I want to can 7 quarts because that's what fits in that new canner that uh, my subscriber sent to me. But I want to do 7 quarts of green beans. That's going to be my first official canning project to learn from. I'll do that in the pressure cooker, and maybe I'll do it in another batch in the water bath canner to see the difference. And I might do yours, your pickled green beans that way. I have not. No, Bonnie, I haven't. Joe, get the ball canning book. It's great. I I don't have the ball canning book. When she sent me that uh, pressure canner, she sent a book with it, and I have another book on canning. I need to buy the ball canning book because everybody said that's like the holy Bible of the canning world. Um, we eat a ton of northern and pinto beans. Would love to know how you can them. With the pinto beans, I have tons of pinto beans, all vacuum sealed. We did a whole video on that. I don't know if you talk about canning them after they're cooked. I mean, I don't know. You have to fill me in on that one. I love beans. That's why I want to grow and make sure I have plenty of potatoes canned as well. Hot Rod Rom, pickle juice is good for leg cramps. Love those pickled eggs. Interesting. You can do pickled beans in the water bath canner because it has vinegar. Without vinegar, you have to pressure can. All right, that's what I was saying. I'll do my first run, I'll do in the pressure canner. My second run, I'll do in the water bath canner. And see, that'll be my first project on both of those. Chicken prepper. I used to just jump the piles over, use dog chase many of the rabbits out. People ask me if they can hunt, and I say no. That may be what I'm eating next year. They don't get it, I do. It's a great idea. You are absolutely right. It's called the Ball Blue Book. All right. I will find that dude, and I will get that. I wish I had the book here that she sent me, but I believe I took that home so I could study that or read up on it. Because she also sent me, I showed this earlier, she also sent me that 6-piece canning set. And then just in case it missed something, she sent me another 6-piece stainless steel canning set. And she sent me the All-American canner. And let me jump off of here real quick. I'll be right back. I want to see if that book's over on my desk here in the cabin. Oh my gosh, I need to stand up anyway. Aha! Indeed it is. So she sent me this, the complete guide to pressure canning. Everything you need to know how to can meats, vegetables, and meals in a jar. So I'm glad I got it out here. It's just full of recipes. So, but everybody has told me I need that ball blue book. Yeah, I want to get it. I got those 2 giant stock pots in that deal I made on Facebook Marketplace. Uh, I'm gonna cook up a big old batch of chili and can as much as I can of that. But yeah, I'm just excited. I'm ready to get into this whole thing, man. I can't wait. But I gotta say, she fixed me up with that All-American canner, both of those kits with the utensils and the book. She was like, quit talking about it and get to work canning now. All right, my friends, I'm going to have to get off of here because I do have to check in with Gail and see what's going on. She asked me to call her when the live stream was over at 9 o'clock. I kind of missed that one. Did you get any lids with the jars? No, no lids. So I got to buy a bunch of lids. Canning is addicting. You'll be walking around your kitchen thinking of things. That's what I heard. You're not the first person to tell me that tonight. Yeah, that's what I. But yeah, I got to buy a bunch of the lids. I got tons of rings, but I definitely have to buy some ring or lids. Bonnie, good night. Good night, Gary. Yep, I'll see you about 10 o'clock. I have to meet Alex up at Dunkin' Donuts tomorrow morning on his way to work in Columbus. Pick up something from him. Do you have a minimum of 1,500? No, I don't. I probably shouldn't be allowed to start canning until I reach that 1,500 jar point. I don't know. Not quite sure yet. I'm checking with him to see if it's okay if I start. I sure will, Ernie. Thanks, buddy. I'll tell them all. Yeah, I'm gonna. I gotta place an order. I need my standard order with Walmart anyway. I'm gonna add a bunch of lids to that. But yeah, I got all my stuff that I now buy in cans that I'm going to be able to do on my own. You know, I need tomato paste, tomato sauce. You know, all my cooking stuff. So I'm going to be able to do all that stuff myself now and have it right out of my garden. That's the plan. But thank you everybody for joining in. Thank you Malachi's Corner for the donation to the Dr. Pepper Fund. It certainly helps a lot. It really does. And I will be doing a video tomorrow, working on the rototiller, getting it ready for the growing season and garden. And just anything else I can think of if I get the opportunities for. But thank you everybody for joining me tonight. It was a blast. We're getting into canning now. I'll see y'all next week for sure.